What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. Shout out to that guy for giving us the intro that we're just stealing all year. We shouted him out at one point. Don't remember what handle it was. Sorry, it's in our DM somewhere. We'll look it up again. We're back. The Sharks are back in action this weekend. Another doubleheader back to back. They are playing the Ducks of Anaheim and the Predators of Nashville. I believe the first game is Nashville on Saturday. I think they're both 5 o'clock starts. They're on the road. JD, nod your head if that's correct. No, they're at home. They're on the road. They're not playing anywhere?
One's at home and one's on the road.
Oh, jeez. You could have just said that. My Lord.
I'm not allowed to talk. Edit this out.
Back to your kitchen. We'll be previewing both of those games. We're going to be talking about the moves the Sharks made because there's an old friend back in the building. Because some of our new friends are no longer with us.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. Back with me as always is co-host JD, the General Tso's chicken to my pot sticker. JD was saying before the record, because I haven't eaten yet, I'm really hungry. He was like, how many pot stickers do you think you could put down in one sitting? And JD said 30. Because he had 10 with his regular dinner. So yeah. 30 as a main course.
I think I could just sit down and eat 30 pot stickers without even trying. So I love pot stickers. It's, yeah.
What do you get? What do you get in them?
Usually like the pork. Yeah. So
with the leek?
Yeah. So
fair. I had pho for lunch today and it was amazing. I was so excited.
I had SpaghettiOs, the most depressing.
Oh my God. Did you eat them cold out of the can too?
No, I
did you actually?
Up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you guys have Chef Boyardee there?
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, the little mini raviolis, beefaroni. I don't know.
Yes.
What's your favorite of those canned grossness? Alphagettis? Zoodles?
Just the normal like SpaghettiOs, like just the O's. Yeah. Just so. Yeah.
Interesting. Do they come with little meatballs?
You can get the meatball ones. The meatballs are so disgusting.
They're not meat. Definitely not meat.
They're grade F horse.
Churchill Downs. What a great joke. We need more gym mats. There's not a lot of nutrition in these gym mats.
That's the leftovers from that are what they use.
I could go for a sloppy Jimbo. I haven't had a sloppy Joe in a long time.
There you go.
You might say that he's inside of us. Forget that last word. Anyway, speaking of inside of us, Alex Stalock is back.
I love for Big Al's back.
If you've watched South Park in the late 90s, early 2000s, there's another word in there. James Reimer is officially week to week, which is insane that the Sharks said that and didn't say day to day. I was on the ground. Week to week probably means end of season.
He's dead. They took him out back in Old Yeller Dome.
He's officially toast. He's week to week, which means that the Sharks were then left with an injured Adin Hill and Zach Sawchenko, and then their AHL goalie would be Melnichuk only, and then some random.
Zachary Mond, I think. Anyway.
Oh, Zach Mond, yeah. So they obviously went out and got a goalie. They traded with the Oilers for Alex Stalock for future considerations. For everybody who doesn't know what future considerations is, it means nothing. But you can't actually trade a person for cash in the NHL anymore. So you have to give a future consideration. But the future consideration will be like a 7th round pick in 2023 that the moon has to line up. And they're like, okay. But then the moon doesn't line up, so it rolls over and then it goes away. They got him for free.
I liked how they just traded with him because he was on Bakersfield playing the Barracuda, and he was like, he was in town already, and they're just like, you know what, just stay, don't unpack. Yeah, you could just stay here, so didn't have to travel or anything like that. It's great. But
that meant that the Sharks were going to run with Adin Hill and Alex Stalock. Adin Hill returned to practice today and then promptly left practice.
Shang Peng did tweet out and said that it was part of the plan for him to have a short practice, but that is very worrisome when your goalie who hasn't played since, I don't know, the calendar turned. Yeah. So he hasn't played forever.
Many moons.
Yes. if he can't make it through a full practice, that's bad news Bears. Very worse.
Not last 5 games. His last game was
Like right around
January 22nd.
And then when Erik Karlsson died. Yeah,
he's sporting a 4-game losing streak to the Rangers, the Pittsburgh Penguins in overtime, at Seattle, and then Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Yeah, so Big Al's going to come in, and if you want to tank, buddy, well, good for him. I know he missed all of last year with myocarditis from COVID complications, and it's good that he made a comeback, and I'm glad that he's doing what he loves, but do not expect much from Stalock in net. So
the Oilers had awful goaltending, and they still didn't call him up.
Yep.
Just for the record, if anybody is wondering what's going on, definitely a guy that they know in the organization and probably helped trade. Also, he was free, so
and he was in town. He was in town, and he was free.
The price was right, and the location was right. So bring him on down. Not expecting the goaltending situation to be any good moving forward.
This is perfect if you're trying to increase those draft odds.
The one thing, though, is that James Reimer, I hope he's not too hurt, because he would have been perfect to draft or
trade
deadline trade bait. Like Toronto was hurting for a goalie.
Yep.
Edmonton for a goalie.
Yep.
So many teams needed a goalie.
Yeah. It's okay. Kyle.
Yes.
You said that you were hungry. You could have solved this problem with one thing. Our friends over at Built Bar. Built Bar, new year, new you. If you're still doing that, good for you. Very proud of you. I personally am proud of you if you're continuing your new year, new you. But, that's where the big thing about, new year, new you is you got to eat right. And that's where Built Bar comes in. They've got a bunch of amazing flavored protein bars. They've got flavors like white chocolate, cookies and cream, coconut almond, mint brownie. And all these bars, 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, 17 grams of protein. Bars, if they're not your thing, that's when you need to check out their puffs. You're missing out because they're the first and only protein-infused marshmallow. They're fluffy, they're marshmallow. They're not just a protein bar, they're a treat, and they're covered in 100% chocolate. They've got amazing flavors like yummy cinnamon churro, coconut marshmallow, banana cream pie. So good. They're going to all be your new favorites, and they are still covered in 100% chocolate. So go check those out. Low calorie, high protein. Replace your candy bars with these. You're going to get that treat, and you're still going to be eating well. So check out built.com. Use the promo code LOCK15. Get 15% off your order. Again, use the promo code LOCK15 for 15% off at built.com.
Erik Karlsson also not returning this weekend probably, but it wasn't a setback. It was more like they were hopeful that he was going to come back, but he might come back for Tuesday, which is fine. He's
or Thursday. They don't play on Tuesday.
Thursday, sorry. Yeah, he's on track. So Sharks are in a little bit of injury trouble.
Rudy's should be back though. Rudy's back at practice.
Rudy on the top line. I don't understand why the Lord got scratched. The lines today had the fourth line as Gadjevich,
Scott Reedy. There can only be one handsome person on the line. Yes.
What was the line? No, wasn't Scott Reedy on line 3?
It was Reedy on the fourth line. So let me pull him up. I'm
going to beat you.
Meyer, Hurdle, Balsers, Dzingel, Couture, Barabanov, Gregor, Benino, Nieto, Cogliano, Reedy, Gadovich, and Veal and Weatherby as extras. The defensive pairings: Middleton, Burns, Magna, Karlsson, Vlasic, Milosh, Shimmick, Berkeley, and I'm assuming Magna is potential for this weekend. So we'll see if he slots back in after, I think he had like a fracture in his foot or something like that. So yeah,
Bob is aching to scratch Merkley, so hurting for it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who gets scratched. Yeah. So
well, I'm happy with the forwards. I'm happy that they broke up the Benino, Cogliano, Nieto line, the worst line in all of hockey. And that's mathematically true, and also it's stat wise and eye test wise, it's shitty. I just don't understand why Nieto and Cogliano just can't be scratched. Why you can just scratch them? Maybe they're trying to trade them for the. Well, I guess Nieto has an extra year, but Cogliano's only on a 1 year, so
Yeah, you could Cogliano's trade bait. So yeah,
which is fine. But I just think like if you go, why can't you go Weatherby, Gadjevich, Reedy? Reedy and Gadjevich both recently scored.
they
Weatherby
look
also
great
got 2
together.
assists. They all look they looked good together. I just don't understand. You have Gadjevich and Weatherby are both big dudes that will stand up for people and stuff like that. I just don't understand. I don't know why Reedy can't just hang out on that third line. Like, isn't Bonino or Gregor Bonino Reedy much more appealing than Bonino Gregor Nieto?
Yeah, it provides.
It becomes more of a scoring line because right now it's not a scoring team right now.
And no
It's
Gregor
or
Gobert.
scoring line. Sorry, it's just not a scoring line. Like Gregor scored last game, but he's got 3 goals, and we've documented the struggles. Nieto doesn't really score, and Bonino hasn't been scoring. So if you give Reedy, he's got a little scoring touch. Maybe you can get something, but like.
And they complement where Bonino can be responsible defenseman or defensive forward. Gregor Gobert, and then Scott Reedy can clean up. Like it's. Yeah, I kind of like that line where it's different stuff, different guys doing different things, But
hey, I mean,
alas.
Meyer Hurdle, Balsers, and Dzingel, Couture, Barabanov. I kind of like all that. I'm not sold on Dzingel yet, but that's fine. I like Barabanov being with Couture, and maybe they're just Dzingel's going to be the pure trigger man on that line.
Yep.
And then maybe Couture as well. Maybe Barabanov can help get Couture going at 5v5. And then I think Meyer Hurdle, anybody you're going to put there is going to be successful. And Rudy's that Swiss Army knife. So,
yep,
it's okay. Have the Sharks played the Predators yet?
They have played the Predators very, very, very early in the season. October, they lost to them 3-1 in Nashville. I think that was the end of that first road trip of the season. So,
well, they're probably going to lose them again. Nashville's good.
They're on a little bit of a. They're 3-6-1 in their last 10, and they've lost 2 in a row, including 1 to the Kraken. I know they're kind of freaking out a slight bit in Nashville, but nothing fixes the old issues like playing the Sharks here. So
yeah, for what ails ye is the Sharks. Nashville's, for people don't know, lineup: Philip Forsberg, Mikhail Granlund, Matt Duchene. He likes country music. Really top line. Then Tanner Janot, Ryan Johansson, Luke Kunin. Again, these lines are really weird, but they work.
Janot's good. He's a rookie. He's very good. He's kind of that like under the radar, but that dude's good. So.
Luke Kunin is solid. I've always liked Ryan Johansson. It's just solid. What a great name on the third line, Yakov Trenin, just an elite Russian name. I'm good with anybody named Yakov. Great name, Russian for Jacob.
That's good.
Do you have something to say? Do you have some sort of dad joke to throw in there?
No, I was drinking water when you. I almost spilled out my water when you.
You can also make Jack-off jokes if he's being annoying. Yeah. So Yakov Trenin, Colton Sissons, Matt Luff. I don't know who Matt Luff is, but it's fine.
The Matt Luff.
The Matt Luff, live and in living color. Yeah. Then the fourth line has Eli Tolvanen, Michael McCarron, Philip Tomasino. Tomasino is going to be good. He's a rookie, hasn't played many games. He's a goal scoring guy. Eli Tolvanen hasn't really figured out his scoring touch in the NHL, but also dangerous. Mm-hmm. Defense. Roman Josi, Dante Fabro is an elite first pair.
Roman Josi, very good at hockey.
And very handsome. Dante Fabro is a young guy who's solid. Then Matthias Ekholm, Matt Benning, and then Mark Borowicki and Philippe Myers. Their goalies are UC Saros and David Riddick. UC Saros is Vezina caliber on any given night. He's pretty good. Nick Cousins is out. They're not overwhelming you with star power and stuff other than like Roman Josi. Duchene used to be a star. Ryan Johansson used to be something. Philip Forsberg. Like, they have really good players is the problem. So it's going to be a tough ride.
Yeah, and especially for Nashville, who, like I said, they've been struggling a little bit as of late. And I think this is going to be a perfect get-right game for them. It'll be, I think, really interesting to see the Sharks' vaunted penalty kill against the Preds power play, because the Preds power play clicks at 24%. It's 8th in the league, and the penalty kill, we've all heard of the announcers talk about how great the penalty kill is for the Sharks, but it'll be interesting, especially for a team, I think, like the Preds, who are really, they're in the playoff hunt, and they really need.
Oh, they're not in the hunt; they're in the playoffs.
Yes,
they are. Colorado, St. Louis, Minnesota lead the division with 84 points, 70 points, and then 67. And then Nashville is the first wild card with 64 points in 54 games. If they played in the Pacific on a points percentage basis, they'd be second. From pure points, they would be third, tied with Vegas. They're battling with the Stars and the Oilers
in Vegas
primarily, and the Ducks and Vegas.
So it's a big game for them. So they
need to keep pace.
Yeah. So I just the way the Sharks are playing right now, they just cannot generate any offense. And we like some of the changes that the Sharks have made, potentially with the Lions here, but and they are getting some guys back, with Bolsters, and you expect with Erik Karlsson getting back here soon. Unless the offense continues to dry up for the Preds, I don't see how the Sharks can win this game, to be honest, especially with James Reimer not back there bailing you out. So
the goalie situation is tough, and it makes it tougher because then they go on the road to Anaheim.
Yes.
And Anaheim is currently Henrique Getzlaf, Troy Terry, Sonny Milano, Trevor Zegras, Rickard Rakell, which is just hot fire right now. Sam Steele, Isaac Lundestrom, Jakob Silverberg, again, hot fire. Nicholas Delorier, Sam Carrick, Derek Grant. Back end, Hampus Lindholm, Jamie Drysdale, Brendan Gooley, Cam Fowler, Simon Benoit, and Kevin Shattenkirk. Max Jones and Josh Manson remain out. And then again, they have Johnny Gibson, and Anthony Stolarz.
Yeah, and
the Ducks are in the same spot as the Preds, where they gotta win. They're fighting for points position and ranking. And
and we just
on the back-to-back. Yeah, in the back. Hold on, just 1 second. On the back-to-back, I was trying to get my thought out here. On the back-to-back, it's you got to beat the same team. They're playing the same. Anaheim can't drop the game, or Nashville can't drop the game, and then the other team beats them because the common opponent just got to beat them and keep pace. Is what I was going for here. Sorry.
No, it's okay. And they played them 2 weeks ago, and the Ducks won 4-3 in a shootout, but that was a game where the Sharks, they were able to kind of keep the vaunted, the Ducks power play is really good too. It's at 25%, but they were able to kind of shut the power play, and so the Sharks power play was able to score that game. So it's unless the Sharks continue to get insane special teams, I don't see how, because they're just getting absolutely destroyed 5-on-5 hockey right now, and and then again, no James Reimer to bail you out. Do you think we see Stalock, Sawchenko? Do we think Sawchenko actually gets to start this game?
I'm going by how Bob goes. I'm assuming it's going to be double Stalock, but
whenever you can lock it up, you got to stay lock it up. 30 more games, buddy.
I can't wait. If you would like to gamble on how many goals the other teams are going to score against the Sharks, you can definitely do that on the internet. And when you go onto the internet, you can log on to betonline.net, because football might be over. RIP the Bengals. But hockey's still pumping. Basketball, you got the NBA going. Then you've got college. Conference tourneys are happening right now. There was crazy upsets, I think, in the SEC or something like that. I don't really watch college basketball. But then March Madness. Everybody loves to gamble on March Madness. Plop yourself on the couch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make some money. Always bet on the Ivy League team to upset, and they're in that 14 hole. Always a good bet. The most common long bet, 16/2. No, 15/2. I think. I don't know. No, I don't think that's right. I think it's 13/4.
It's anyway. 12/5.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you.
12/5. Yeah.
JD had a vasectomy a couple years ago, so he knows all about the gambling during
March Madness. I was dumb. I had it in January, though. That's the problem.
Well, there you go. BetOnline.net has all the latest odds, totals, player performance props on where to find the next fired coach, maybe, or where the next coach hired is going to be. BetOnline.net is the number one spot for all your sport betting needs. BetOnline remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, except for this one, and news this season. And it's not just basketball like we talked about in hockey. They've also got boxing. They also got UFC. They also got soccer. They had the Olympics. Maybe they got cricket, footy. Maybe they got something weird like table tennis. I don't know. Go check it out. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. BetOnline, where the game starts. So what are you thinking happens this weekend?
No. Yeah, the way the Sharks are playing right now, I do not foresee any opposition in any way to two desperate teams who need points right now. So I'm gonna go. I'll go 3-1 to the Preds, and then I'll go like a 4-2 to the Ducks. Give me a Rudy goal. So,
who are your 3 goal scorers? You got 3 goals there.
Okay, give me a Rudy goal, give me a Timo goal, and give me a Hurdle goal. So,
okay, I think Nashville. I think that's like a 4-0, and then I think the Ducks is like a 3-2 scrappy game for some reason, and I think we're getting goals from Timo both times.
Timo time all the time. So
yeah, I just it's tough. Like I think we're beyond the point where it's like, oh yeah, they can still scrap and claw their way into something.
Is toast, man. There's nothing that you've seen from since the All-Star break other than James Reimer where it can point to it and be like, okay, yeah.
It's just the 5v5 play is so bad.
It's atrocious right now. It's so bad.
The Sharks are, oh wow, why can't I do this? Sharks are 2-5-3 in their last 10.
And one of those was a shootout win to the Isles, and the other one was the Kraken.
They are currently
where are we on the tankathon? I haven't checked.
9 points out of the second wild card spot, which means that they're 10 points out of third in the division. But they've played the same amount of games roughly as everybody else, give or take 1 or 2. To get into the playoffs, they have to hop Winnipeg, Vancouver, Anaheim, Edmonton, and Dallas. That's 5 squads. That's a lot of squadron.
Yeah. And again, you've lost basically your most consistent player of the entire season in James Reimer. So
it's going to be bumpy.
It's kind of, yeah. So
what was the tankathon? Give us the tankathon update.
Tankathon, they are still, as of right now, they're still 11th. They are tied in points per game with Detroit, but Detroit does have less regulation wins, so that's one of the tiebreakers.
Detroit.
Yeah, the Islanders and has 48 points. The Blue Jackets have 48 points. Ottawa's got 43 at number 7. So I think a realistic, because I mean we did the kind of the schedule the other day, and I think the 8-9 spot is probably where we're hoping for right now. So
yeah, at this point you want to see the young guys. I want to see the 5v5 play rebound at some point. They got to take shots. Like, are they going to take more than over under 45.5 shots
combined for the 2 games?
The 2 games, yeah.
Give me the under the way they're playing right now.
That's like a 23 shots per game.
I just don't like. They had 17 against Vegas and
16 against Boston.
Yeah, 16 against Boston. Like, Vegas is on the same caliber as these two as the teams are playing. Like, I know Vegas is hurt and stuff like that, but like at some point you are who you are with your standings. So
yeah. Well, It's gonna be a tough weekend.
Yeah.
But we have draft profiles coming up again next weekend. We have some trade talk coming up next week. We'll obviously cover the games of the
really
weekend.
quick. 3 Fridays of the week.
Oh, yeah, it's Friday.
It is Friday. Yeah.
You go first.
I'm gonna go. My 3rd Friday of the week is James Reimer. R.I.P.
My 3rd Friday of the week is Jonah Gadjevich.
Nice.
He scored his first goal.
Yeah. My 2nd Friday of the week is Thomas Bordelot. Just for retweeting us. So
fair, he knows we exist.
Yes.
My 2nd Friday of the week is Scott Reedy. Scored his first goal.
My 1st Friday of the week is William Eklund, baby. He got that first goal.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna do.
First goal.
He was so pumped. Why did we not start the podcast with this?
Why
are we ending it with
last?
He scored and immediately did the old glass bang jump into it and was so excited.
Yeah, I'm sure the weight.
Well, we have some insider info that he was relieved to score the goal. Mm-hmm. Just a little. You're watching, tapping our noses. We know where it's at. This is not a mom-based tweet either or sentence. This is more in depth. We have connections, people.
Mm-hmm.
Political connections. I have powers. Yeah, I have powers. Political powers. Gandhi's holding a club. What a great episode. What's the thing? Please protect over everybody in this rocket house.
My favorite.
All that dwell. Please protect us and all that dwell within this. Please protect this rocket house and all that dwell within the rocket house.
My favorite. So buttons. I don't know why that line always gets me every time.
That episode also has one of my absolute favorite jokes is when Bart has the Smokey the Bear, and it's like, who can prevent forest fires? And he clicks you, and then the bear goes, you have selected no, me. He picks me, and he goes, you have selected me, indicating you, which is incorrect. The correct answer is you. Or whatever. No, hold on. Let me get it right. You have selected you, indicating me. The correct answer is you, is what he does. I butchered that, but you guys know where I'm going. It's been long. I haven't eaten. I'm having pierogies. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Locked On Sharks. You guys know where our shit is at. YouTube, Locked On Sharks. Email, lockedonsharks@gmail.com. Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Locked On Sharks. Put it in there. We're everywhere. We're called Locked On Sharks. We've been called Locked On Sharks for 503 episodes now.
Oh, almost 550 with the previous regime. So,
hey, I was part of that regime. Get out of here.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I founded the podcast. I don't get any goddamn credit. What's the Rodney Danger feeling? I don't get real respect around this place.
Yeah. And now he's
look at how handsome I am. Huge.
You're a very handsome man.
Very smart. JD is at my fry hole.
Kyle, in all of his credit that he deserves, is that Kyle Demetrius. Thank you for making us your first listen. Go check out Locked On Fantasy Hockey, Locked On Bets. You can go check out the Locked On Now podcast, which will kind of give you up to date what happened the night before if you want kind of quick reaction from every NHL host. Or go check out one of the other amazing podcasts on the Locked On Network, such as
Locked On Buckeyes.
Sure.
Is that a thing?
Why not?
I would assume so.
I would assume so.
If not, Locked On Browns.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
Bye, friends.
Brown is a color.
And the last name of their owner.